Let's go.
Wednesday afternoon.
Major problem because they've still got their other great players, but Bernardo Silva, Haaland, Grealish. I mean, and Doku. I mean, he only came on the other day. I'm surprised he isn't starting. So maybe there's injuries there that we don't know about. So, and of course, the other ingredient in all this is the loss of confidence. We talked about money in the previous podcast, about money being a system of confidence. And football, like most sports, is exactly the same. Once you lose the momentum that goes with winning games, especially a team like Manchester City, who just everyone thinks whoever they play, they're going to win. And that has been the way it's been now for a few years. But to see what's happened is quite a stark reminder that if a team loses its confidence, perhaps through a loss of players who are injured, it can be very, very hard to get that up again. It's not just their confidence that goes down, but other teams think, we've got Man City next week. They're much more confident of getting a possible result because they've seen what has happened against even the poorer teams in the league. So it is quite... I'm not sure I ever remember a situation where one of our top teams has gone through such a bad run. I remember saying, oh God, it's 4 games now where Man City haven't won a game. And 4 games seemed unbelievable. But now we're saying 12. They've won 1 game in 12. And you think, well, what's going on there? What's going on? But I think it has to do, partly at least, with what I said about the defence.
Yeah, well, the blame's got to be somewhere, isn't it? So it might as well be the defence because of the injuries and stuff like that. So just moving on to Liverpool just slightly. Arne Slot seems to want to be adding some players quite a lot in the coming transfer window. And I can remember one pundit. I can't remember if it's called John Aldridge.
John Aldridge, yeah.
Yeah. And he was saying
he used to play for them, didn't he? He used to play for Liverpool.
All right, yeah. I thought that name rang a bell. And he was kind of saying that I think Liverpool might be making a mistake by, getting these, actually buying players in the transfer window. And that might hamper the success that they already having now. That might then throw it into a bit of a confusion and lapse it a little bit. What do you make of that? Can you is it because we talked about it with Manchester City? Do you remember when during the Euros and when the Euros concluded, we were talking about Manchester City, and I was saying, well, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. And we said that about Manchester City. Would we be saying the same thing about Liverpool at this point? Because they having a good run.
Yeah, I think most people would say, pundits and the rest of us would say, that there seems to have been no bad reaction to a new manager now after the success of Klopp. And let's face it, he was beloved of the people of Liverpool and certainly the football team, the players and the crowd and so on. From the moment they knew he was packing it up, it must have had some effect on the team. And I, for one, like many others, thought, there's going to be a bit of a downturn for a while. Not least, they may have 1 or 2 players who want to go, who want to leave. And Salah has now signed a contract, but there was all sorts of thinking he would go. So the results they're getting, the fact that they're up there at the top, I think almost confounds many people because, as we say, a new manager comes in, and although you can get a positive bounce upwards if you're lower down in the league, it can work in the opposite way if you're a team that's pretty high flying every season. So I think there's a lot of surprise about that. But what I would say about, I don't know what their plans are to, strengthen the squad. I mean, not sure that's the word. They've got superb players there. But if they are intent on buying new players, they know more than we do about what they see of their squad, the age of the squad, which is obviously going up a bit now, the average age that is. And they may feel 1 or 2 positions need bolstering and more competition for places. And I suppose I always think of that expression, if ye be standing still, ye, it's an old English thing. There's if ye be standing still, ye be going backwards. And I think there's a lot of truth in that. If you just, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. It's almost a contrary maxim to that. But it's a mixture of both. I think a little bit of refreshment of any team can be good, because it might generate more competition for those places. Equally, I guess, if it's someone that doesn't get on with the team when he gets there, that's not a good thing. But I would think, knowing how well he's doing so far, Slots, and they call the team the slot machine, don't they? Which is a good good description of it. I think he knows what he's doing. Yeah. And I would think he'll only buy players worthy of Liverpool, which is an interesting point, because I think Guardiola said a few days ago that in January he said teams don't really ever sell their best players. They don't mind offloading one or two who are not.
Soft family and the ladies, dots of Gladys and Phantom and Rose. We all have a lovely show every weekday, so join us for a lovely show.
Say hello to Phantom.